Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to Ranger Danger.
Go, go,
Alien.
Go, go,
Alien.
Go, go, Ranger
Alien.
Danger. Matt and Michael's Ranger
Alien.
Danger.
Alien. Hey everybody, welcome once again to Mighty Morphin Alien Ranger Danger. This is the podcast where, in the face of overwhelming odds, we're left with only one option. We're going to have to science the shit out of this. My name is Matt.
Michael, hey guys.
And Lauren is back.
Lauren is back as well, and speaking in the third person, that's how we like her. We are going to be watching the 151st episode of Power Rangers Overall.
It's a good number.
And it is the episode entitled, What Are You Thinking?
It's a great name.
It's pretty good.
The best
great.
name.
I'm ready.
I hope it's another water park episode.
It will probably not be another water park episode.
I would
Oh,
be
then I'm
surprised
out.
if it was. Like, if they've already booked it for 1 week, maybe they get a discount on the second week.
Do you think they're going to start going after the Zeo Crystal?
They'd have to.
I mean, would they have to?
No. You're right. I was wrong.
They don't have to. They may.
They may.
They probably won't.
So, I am expecting very little of the actual quest to be shown. I don't know about you guys.
Right, okay.
So you think a lot of it's going to be off-scene?
100%. I reckon it's just like, we're putting the kids in the portal, so we don't have to look at them anymore.
Oh.
No, because they're really bad actors. You know,
Right,
I feel
okay.
like on the show they probably
Except
were
for
like...
Tommy.
Except, yeah.
And then, like, the Alien Rangers hold the fort for 3 weeks, and
Yes.
then they come back and they're like, hey, we're adults now.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Yeah, or it could be just kid actors for the next 5 weeks.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Don't say that, Michael. We need hope.
Okay, I will try. I guess we can only find out. Matt, where can people find us?
Oh, that's on our website, Michael.
Yeah.
That's www.rangerdangerpodcast.com.
Yep.
If you want to send us an email, our favourite sort of mail, that's rangerdangerpodcast@gmail.com.
It sure is.
If you want to send us postal mail, don't do that.
No, don't.
Send
Has
an
anyone
email
even
instead.
tried to?
No, I mean we don't
We
tell
don't-
people our address.
Yeah,
Alright.
because it's more work for you, it's more work for us, and
Plus, you could come to our houses at night and kill us.
that too, and it costs you money.
I
Yeah.
can do that. I
Email
know where
is
you guys
free.
live.
Please don't kill us.
No.
Why would you kill us?
I'm just saying I could. I know where you
We're
live.
helping you produce your podcast, Poker Lauren.
We're not calling it Poker Lauren.
That's what we're calling it. So, Matt, where else can people
We're
find
not
us?
calling it
What if they
Poker
want
Lauren.
to send us a tweet?
What?
A tweet?
I'm not familiar with that.
A Twitter tweet?
Oh, a Twitter tweet?
Yeah.
If you want to send us a Twitter tweet, we're at RangerDcast on Twitter.
Right.
We're also on Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and Google+. Plus, we have a shop,
shop.
rangerdangerpodcast.com/shop, where you can buy things and stuff.
What sort of stuff?
Mugs.
That's true. There's some mugs, there's some T-shirts,
Yep.
there's some shower curtains.
This is not. I don't think I've done that.
Oh,
Can you?
well,
Because I need to replace my shower curtain because mine has mold on it.
Okay, well, I guess I'll get right on that then.
I mean, Power Rangers shower cloth is better than one with mold on it. I've long said that.
That's a very common phrase.
It's from Aesop's Fables, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have
So what
mold,
about the scorpion?
Yeah.
yeah. If you
And
have
shower
a
curtain.
mold on anything that you have,
Yep.
go to rangerdangerpodcast.com/shop and swap it out for a non-moldy version.
Well, I mean, we don't sell everything that might have. Like, we don't sell bath mats. They
No, but like you could swap your bath mat out for a mug. It
Or a
wouldn't-
shower curtain and put it on the floor, and then when the water hits it...
you can't drink coffee with that though.
No,
Coffee's
but
so
you
good.
can, like, use a shower curtain as a floor mat. I reckon that's brilliant. I think I've just revolutionised how we use bathrooms.
I don't think that's true.
I think that's exactly true.
I don't think.
Now, listeners, I think we can all agree that if you don't now go to rangerdangerpodcast.com/shop and enact that advice, you're being irresponsible and neglectful.
But I don't think we sell shower curtains. I haven't done that yet. I'm sorry.
By
I
the
just-
end,
I don't
by
think
the
we're
time
gonna
this
sell
episode
many-
is posted, it will be done.
I can't promise that. I
It's
have a
promised.
job and things to do. And
It's
well,
promised.
look, Matt, if you're shaking it, you can do it. If you understand how
think
any
Matt
of
knows
that,
I will knit you a shower curtain, listeners.
you don't know how to knit.
He will bake you a shower curtain.
You said that I didn't know how to draw, but then I produced some seminal pieces of art for our fans.
Can you draw us a shower curtain?
Yeah, that's the solution to the problem.
Okay, Matt, if you do us a Power Rangers drawing, I will make it available as a shower curtain.
Oh, please do this.
Okay?
This is the best idea I've ever had. Oh, boy.
Have you already got something in your head of what it may be?
100%.
Okay.
Oh, the world is going to rue the day.
I'm already ruining the day.
This better be my Christmas present.
I hope that it is amazing.
You've witnessed magic on the podcast,
All
listeners.
right. Go to our shop at rangerdangerpodcast.com/shop and just see maybe if we happen to have done that, because I bet it will be spectacular. In the meantime, we're going to go watch What Are You Thinking? And we will find out what they were thinking and be back in a sec.
Bye.
Ooh.
Guys, I feel obliged to mention Matt and Lauren are a little drunk.
Yeah.
They're drunk podcasting.
No, that's not true.
Drunk casting.
It's definitely
Pod
true.
drunking.
This was a good one to be drunk for, I think.
Yeah, look, we condone the responsible partaking of alcohol.
Yeah, don't do anything stupid.
And I think if you were watching Power Rangers,
You need to be
you
drunk.
need to be. That's our position.
Definitely this
I
one.
actually wanted to see if it made more sense.
Does it?
I don't remember. I don't remember the episode at all.
We literally started watching it 3 minutes
Were there
ago.
Mexicans in it?
There were Mexicans in it. You
Okay.
didn't hallucinate the Mexicans.
Michael,
Yeah.
what's the name of the film about the Cuban Missile Crisis?
The Cuban Missile Crisis film.
X-Men First Class.
I can understand why you'd say that, but no.
A specific film about
Yeah.
the Cuban Missile Crisis. Who's in it?
Is it
Some
Cuba Gooding
very good.
Jr.?
No, it's not Cuba Gooding Jr., Lauren. God. Why would it be Cuba Gooding Jr.? It's never Cuba Gooding Jr.
He is in that one movie with a dog.
Is it Matinee with John Goodman?
Definitely not.
Is it Blast from the Past?
100% not.
Is it 13 Days?
Yes, 13 Days. Thank
Okay.
I
you.
think I've seen that.
It's really good. It's a good film about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, I think I have seen
and-
it.
With Kevin Costner? Is that what you're
Yes.
thinking
Yeah,
of?
yeah, I've seen
So,
it.
Matt,
Yeah.
please explain to me why you're thinking about 13 Days, the film about the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Because the tagline of the film was, "You'll never believe how close we came." And it's about how we averted nuclear Armageddon because...
By the skin of our teeth.
By the absolute skin of our teeth. Like,
Yeah.
it was some sensible people that made some sensible decisions based on nowhere near enough information to make a sensible decision. We got really lucky, essentially, that we didn't all blow up. And in this episode of Power Rangers, the only reason that the command center doesn't explode and everyone dies, and that's the end of the franchise, is because Goldar
Yep.
and Rito can't read a map.
Yep.
If they could function in any way with a map, that would have been the end of Power
map reading
Rangers.
is quite difficult. I've always struggled with map reading.
But, like, how big can underneath the command center be?
It could be huge. We don't know.
Maybe, but it seems like they've been there for days.
Yeah.
And presumably they weren't going to set a bomb with a days-long timer. They could have been done by now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, it's about popcorn.
It is about popcorn,
We'll
but we'll
get
get
to
to
the
that.
popcorn.
All right, we take it from the top.
Yep.
So the Alien Rangers and Billy and the kids are walking through the field. Zordon has calculated that this latitude and longitude is the starting point of their quest.
Yeah.
It's very specific, but okay. They don't know where they're going to or when, but they should look for a connection to their heritage.
Oh boy.
I really am not.
That should have sent off alarm bells, but it didn't quite get me. At that
I
point.
really don't. I'm really glad I'm not you guys that have to watch like the next few episodes. Like, I feel like it got bad with Rocky. What's it going to be
Yeah.
like when we get to Aisha, Adam? Like,
There's definitely a tidal wave of racism rushing
oh
away.
yeah.
I guess, like, narratively, that makes a kind of sense. Like, they sent the crystals through time, so they've, like, gone to a point in their histories. Like, it's weird that the show never says anything like that. It's just like, yeah, of course, where else would they be? They're directly related to your
Directly
lives. Because we can't do anything that isn't directly tied to you guys.
Because you're the center of the universe, essentially.
But it's also this weird... Like, we almost started talking about it last episode, about how race is a very artificial construct.
Yes.
And that it's really just a myriad of genetic variation that
Yes.
varies as much from,
Yeah.
like, kilometre to kilometre as it does from country to country. And race was a English construct that was itself born out of racism and fear of other people.
Yeah.
So But at this point in the 90s, race was just like, oh, you're an Asian or you're a black person. So we're not going to get an in-depth look at what that sort of...
Oh no, we're going to get, you're Asian, we're going to an Asian country, someone will do something Asian.
Yes.
That's basically going to be the next 4 episodes.
Yes.
So
I'm
what's
looking
Tommy...
forward to the Australian one, guys.
So, like, we're going to get...
Oh my god, there is an Australian
There
one.
is an
one?
Australian one. Kat,
Kat's
the
Australian.
Ranger, is Australian. Yeah.
She competed in the Pan Global Games, which is like their Olympics. And when she's up to dive, they say Catherine Hillard from Surrey Hills, Australia.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I don't live there. I work there.
I lived in Surrey Hills.
You have lived in Surrey Hills.
Wow. Okay, so
She
she's
reps us.
I probably will be in that episode, yeah. So she's Aussie.
So Rocky is part Mexican, which Steve Cardenas is as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, like they did the right thing there.
Yeah.
Look, other than, okay, they
the
did
name
the right.
Pablo
They
is
did the
involved.
right thing there in that they didn't just make up a race for him. Like,
Yeah.
Aisha is African American, I guess. So this is going to
I
be
think
a
the
fun
next
one.
episode is Korea. I think they take Adam's heritage is in Korea.
I don't know if Johnny Young Bosch is Korean or...
I don't know about him, but like I'm saying, I think that's the direction they're taking the episode in. So what is Tommy going to be?
Tommy
He
is
is Native American.
he's part Native American.
No, that's going to be awful.
Yeah.
His father, Johnny Young Bosch's father was a soldier in the army who met his mother while stationed in South Korea. So presumably she was Korean. So, they haven't, bullshitted, he's just Chinese because he's Asian.
I understand that, but we were so close to some tacos just appearing in this episode.
Yes.
Like, if that kid had have walked out onto that dusty path with a taco in one hand, not eating it, just carrying it,
just carrying it with
just
pride.
hanging out with a taco.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's going to be the most nuanced depiction of South Korea you've ever seen on film.
These, the scenes in the past really remind me of any ad you get for El Paso, the brand.
Yep.
Yes.
I was expecting a young girl to be lifted on shoulders after saying, why don't we just have both? Yes.
Yeah, I really expected that as well. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's I guess that's the nationalities of everyone. So I really am looking forward to the Australian one. That's going to be great.
It's got to be because this depiction of South America
Yes.
is really just a depiction of South America circa spaghetti westerns. Right?
Yes.
So surely the equivalent of that for us would be
The Crocodile Hunter.
absolutely.
Yeah.
This is Australia via Steve
Crocodile
Irwin.
Dundee.
But the thing is though, Crocodile Dundee is 7 years before this. It's not that far in the past.
No, but it was the defining Australian thing.
Absolutely. But the whole thing is he goes back and he meets spoilers,
No.
guys.
You're way, way, way overthinking how much the writers would think about this.
You think it's just going to be they're in 1903 Australia and
Yep.
there's a guy who wrestles crocodiles? And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I kind of prefer that than if they tried to do an actual depiction of Australian history, because I feel like they could do so much more horrible things with that.
Is Ned Kelly going to show up?
If they know who Ned Kelly is.
That's too deep cut a
it's
reference.
too deep cut,
Is it?
yeah.
Okay.
For-
We know Ned
American-
Kelly because we're Australian, but I don't think the average American writer of
But guys,
Mighty Morphin
I'm
Power
just
Rangers knew who
saying,
Ned Kelly was.
Ned Kelly as proto Power Ranger had a helmet and a suit that helped him fight bad guys.
That's way too cool.
He didn't actually help him fight bad guys, he helped him fight
The
law.
police.
The police.
But they were the bad guys to him. Ned Kelly is the Rita Repulsa of Australian history.
Yeah. It's so
could be
weird
an
that he has such a
historian.
cult status.
Yeah.
It's no, he was just a criminal.
He was a cool criminal, and that's all that matters.
It's
It's
not
because
like...
we're Australian, though. We don't have any actual heroes. They're
Yeah.
all people who fight crocodiles or are criminals. Name a non-criminal, non-crocodile hunting Australian hero.
I know Al
Steve
Cap-
Irwin? Oh, damn it. No.
I know that Al Capone is a big deal in America as a historical figure.
Yep.
But over there, they're not like, Al Capone, wow, what a cool guy, let's all be like Al Capone. Because he murdered people and stole shit.
Yeah, Matt, there's no one in America who looks up to someone who's murdered people. They have a public holiday called Columbus Day.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Okay, can we just point out the fact that the day we invaded this country and which
You mean Australia Day?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
day of
That's
great
exactly my
celebration
point. The
for
day
all
of
Australians.
great celebration of all Australians except for native
Look,
Australians.
the past was shit, and I think it was shit for basically everyone, even a lot of the white people, but more so for the not white people. And, like, you know...
I think the white people had it pretty good.
Well, some of them did. The poor ones, not so much. But definitely better than the poor not white people. I'm acknowledging that it's a continuum.
I think what Michael's trying to say is all lives matter, Lauren.
I hope he's not trying to say that.
Yeah, I don't think I am trying. I mean, all lives do matter. I'm not saying specific lives matter, or like I do believe the sentence that all lives do matter. I just would not tweet it because I think that it is silly.
I've never felt more like someone who's able to make Michael feel like a politician.
I mean, look, I just want to be clear. I love everybody.
He sounds like such an Aussie politician. I love everybody. We should also get a drink down at the pub.
No, I'm sorry. I would be sounding much more racist if I sounded like an Australian politician.
Please explain.
This is nuanced for an Australian politician. Also, there's no flags behind me.
It's a picture of a deer behind you.
Yeah, well, that's not our country's flag, is
That's
it?
so un-Australian.
Yeah. Although deers are closely related to kangaroo.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, that's not...
When you're looking for like national iconography, you can't be like, yeah, a few genuses off, but it's kind of there.
It's closer than if it was a picture of a moray eel or something.
Guys, I'd just like to remind everyone at this point that we are drunk podcasting, in case somehow you had not remembered. So let's move on, because we are about 6 seconds into this episode at this point. So all the kids jump through it's like a foggy pit.
Yeah.
Blue foggy pit.
There's some lightning in it. All the kids jump through it. All the alien rangers give them some advice before they go through. That's basically just like, believe in your dreams.
Follow your heritage!
Yeah, two of them were follow your heritage themes.
He got really lazy.
And just, once again, you hear it the second time, and this is when I was trying to figure out what was going to happen. I'd be like, oh, no.
And they said it to Aisha, I'm pretty sure, as
Yeah,
well. It's like, of course you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hope you like lions.
Sestro, who is the African-American alien ranger, he collapses.
Oh, no.
His hydration levels are dangerously low.
Why is his down and no one else's up?
Race.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. It's a race thing.
This is such a charged episode of Ranger Danger.
Yeah, this is it.
This is the one where we get really political for some reason.
So he needs to go find a source of pure water.
Yep.
And, they have some ideas. Like, who would know where there's pure water?
Fish.
Ninja.
No, Ninja will probably never come back.
Fish.
Yeah, that's right. Fish may. So where are they going to go find some fish?
Fish store.
No. No, not the fish store, Lauren. You were watching the episode. It's the Angel Grove Aquarium.
Yep.
But we'll get to that in a second.
Sorry.
Guys, come on, hold it together.
I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good. I'm awake.
Okay. So Rita and...
Saturday Night Live Jeopardy skits.
Sorry?
The Saturday
Did
Night...
you say the Saturday Night Live
He said
Jeopardy skits?
Jeopardy, I heard.
Jeopardy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
How
definitely
is that-
Alex Trebek in this
How is
situation.
yeah, and you're Sean Connery. Yeah.
Who am I?
Also Sean Connery.
Yes!
No! Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Rita and Lord Zed are going to send a monster down to stop them from finding a water source.
Yep.
Lord Zed says this calls for a professional, one of his old friends, Witchblade.
That's a cool name.
That's a cool name.
It's not a cool
No,
monster.
much like
What?
Professor Longnose, the last time Lord Zed called in an old friend,
Did he meet him at like Evil University or something?
we got a disappointingly small amount of backstory for Professor Longnose.
But what we did get was amazing.
What was it?
He was off conquering a dark star galaxy,
Right,
which is
okay.
a thing that doesn't exist.
No, it does exist, but dark star galaxies don't have any planets.
Oh, that's really sad. They're
Anyway.
really lonely. No?
No, because they're not there.
Oh, okay.
There's an additional wrinkle to Lord Zed's plan.
Yes.
He's going to just create a force field all around the Earth so that when the Alien Rangers summon their battle borgs, they won't be able to get there.
Yeah. That's should have started with that.
Yeah, I mean, if he's been able to do that...
Why hasn't he done that before?
I guess maybe, like, he's only fought the battle borgs 4 or 5
Alright,
times.
yeah. Okay.
Maybe
He's
he
been
hasn't
working
thought
on
about
it. Yeah, he's
okay.
been working on it, sure.
Alright. So, meanwhile, Rocky meets a kid with a goat.
Yes. A kid in the goat who is wearing what I feel like
It's a poncho.
Is
I
definitely
mean,
It's definitely poncho
look,
adjacent.
the reason that ponchos are a stereotype is because they are a thing that Mexican people wore.
yeah, but there's a difference between a person wearing a poncho
Yes.
and a person wearing a poncho costume.
Yes, leading a goat speaking Spanish.
This is a poncho costume.
It's
Yes, of
not a
course it
poncho.
is.
Yeah.
It's something that they got at the Mexican costume shop. El Costume Shop.
Yep.
Los Costume Shop, maybe? I don't speak Spanish.
I know.
Oh my god, this is going to go really badly.
So Rocky, the kid starts speaking Spanish,
Yeah.
and Rocky says, "I'm sorry, I don't speak much Spanish." And the kid's like, "It's okay, I speak perfect English."
No, he says, I speak a little English.
His English is like
His English is better than Rocky's.
he's definitely a kid who lives in Los Angeles who.
His English isn't only better than Rocky's. His diction is
so much
miles ahead.
Do you know he looks a lot like my nephew when he was sort of 10 or 11. Yeah, my
Yeah.
nephew Nathan. It was really winning me up.
Was he Mexican?
He was very swarthy. When he was tan. No.
That I feel like that's pushing into racist.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rocky says to Pablo, "It seems
Because his name is Pablo.
Of course it is. It seems crazy, but I'm looking for a special rock." And the kid's like, "Huh. I mean, I guess there's the crystal of the volcano."
He had to cycle through some crystals in his mind.
Well, no, first he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but hang on a second.
And the word in that Rocky questions is volcano? Yes, there's a crystal in the volcano.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's probably it.
Yep.
So Rocky gets to do a very condensed version of Lord of the Rings.
But in reverse. He pulls something out of the volcano,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
and someone spits out his finger.
It's a time travel story. It happens.
It's weird, it's messed up. So, at the Angel Grove Aquarium,
Yep.
they talk to the fish.
They talk to the first fish they find. as
Luckily,
well.
they are fluent in
Yeah.
most aquatic languages.
I can't even begin to try and understand what they meant by that.
Well, they speak fish, squid, octopus,
Yeah, okay.
moray eel.
Dolphin.
No, they don't speak dolphin.
Oh, no.
No one speaks dolphin.
It's quite a complicated language. Yeah. Very tonal.
Yeah. They do speak whale, though.
Yeah. It's not hard
Dolphins
to speak
whale or
No, dolphins speak dolphin.
Yeah,
They're
they
very
only
racist.
speak dolphin. Yeah, they're
They
very
demand
elitist.
you speak to them in their language.
But it's a
They're
very
the
hard
French of the
language.
sea.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes
The
sense.
French actually speak English very well.
Yeah, but they don't speak it to you.
Yeah, they do. I've been to Paris.
They're the
Have
French
you been to Paris?
Yes, actually.
When?
In the past. Not like on a Zeo quest.
Oh, is this where your hatred of the French came from?
Yeah.
You went there trying to use your English and you're like, I'm looking for the zero crystal.
And they're like, oh, fuck you.
Oh, so much is explained now.
My grandfather actually did spend several years in France in his childhood, so I could have met one of my ancestors in France in the
That
past.
would be
Wow.
amazing.
But I have not been on a Zeo quest because that's not a thing. It's not a thing. You can't go to a travel agent and they're like, "Oh, you want to go to
Can
Disneyland?
this
You
be
want to
our
go to
business?
Disneyland? No, I'd like to go on a Zeo quest. Thank you.
Can we start a business where we send people on Zeo?
If you can invent time travel and the Zeo crystal, you are free to go ahead."
I tell you why Zero Quest isn't on the menu when you go to a travel agent. It's because it's terrible. It's like, go
No,
back
it's
in
not
time
volcano.
and have an adventure, which is you climbing up a hill. And by the way, it's going to be super racist. Have fun. That's not a compelling package.
But there will be a goat.
Yeah, well,
If you like goats, it's pretty appealing.
Wouldn't it be great if each episode they
Has
just
a
have
goat.
an ancestor who walks out of the bushes with a goat?
in stereotypical racial
Yeah,
dress.
wherever they are. Like one of those big straw hats in
With
a
a
rice
goat.
paddy
Oh
in
my God,
China
they have
with a
goats
goat.
in China.
And then like Australia, it's a kangaroo in Australia and only in
Is
Australia.
it a kangaroo leading a goat?
No. I think it should be a goat with kangaroo costume on.
Because they couldn't get a real kangaroo. It really broke the $80 budget for an episode.
So luckily, the first fish they talk to knows exactly where there's some fresh water.
Awesome.
Somehow. Because...
Fish talk.
Fish are psychic.
Fish talk. They're very gossipy creatures.
You know, they speak many languages, I
Aquatic
suppose.
tongues.
Also, Bulk and Skull are in detention. They're going to go to the aquarium.
That's 100% the high school classroom as well.
Yeah, of course it is.
They're not trying
There's
to
one
make...
classroom.
That's not a primary school.
No.
Yeah, look, they're gonna end up in the aquarium in a bit to ask some dumb questions and gape. It's dumb. It's not even close to interesting.
It's not comedy, certainly. I don't know what it is.
But they don't need to be because Rito and Goldar have replaced Bulk and Skull. They are basically the new Bulk and Skull.
You're right.
So that's where we end up, under the command center, still from last week.
They have the Bulk and Skull music, or very close to it.
So they're trying to place the destruction mechanism at the base of the command center.
Yeah. What's a bomb?
And basically they come to a fork in the tunnels, and they decide to go the two different ways. That's... Yeah, okay, look. So they talk to the fish, they find a pure source of water. Bulk and Skull come in, they're like, hey, it's the old guy from the water park. Billy looks pretty pissed at being called the old guy from the water park.
Which is fair.
He's not
considering-
old. He's like 20 at the oldest.
I think, like, in the show,
Yeah.
he's 60?
They're still in high school.
Oh, I thought he was a little bit older now.
No. I mean, in theory, yes, but
He's certainly not a 16-year-old boy.
but at the oldest, like he's 18, 19, he's still in high school.
19 is not
David
still in high
Yost.
school.
The character.
Oh, the character, yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
18.
he was held back because he was
Billy
too
was
smart.
held back.
he
Yeah,
was
okay.
Because he didn't do any of his schoolwork because he was busy inventing a car that could travel faster than the speed of sound and fly. And they were like, yeah, that's great, but you don't get any marks for that. That's not something that we are capable of assessing here. Sestro goes on his own to find the pure source of water because,
Terrible idea.
of course, why not? Where he's attacked by Witchblade. What did we think of Witchblade?
I liked Witchblade.
I thought Witchblade looked really cool. I didn't like My Pretties. It's a little bit too Wizard of Oz for me, but I
It's
did.
a witch. That's just what witches say.
Yeah, okay, but I did like how Witchblade looked.
I feel like Wizard of Oz, for this show, is a pretty academic reference. You know what I mean?
Intertextual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger voice is about as specific work referencey as we've gotten before.
What was that monster called? I want to say it was called the Goatinator, but I'm sure it wasn't.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just inexplicably Austrian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, back in the Mexico past, the crystal is supposed to be located at the top of the summit near a tree stump. Which, first of all, the tree stump is just like on the very small rim of the volcano. Like,
It's the world's
near
worst
the tree
volcano.
stump does not really narrow it down at all.
No.
And second of all, what is this weirdly specific legend about the crystal?
Yeah, in this town, one of it says it's not even a particularly excitingly placed crystal.
No.
It's just a little in the rim of the volcano.
Yeah, it's
A
pretty easy to
child
access.
pulls it out.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to access.
But Pablo says, like, I can't go any further. My father doesn't want me too close to the volcano. He thinks it might erupt soon. So go on, have fun at the top of the volcano.
Well, he's not like... He doesn't know this kid. He's just like some weird kid in weird clothes with a fucking horrible mullet. So, like, he has
So it's okay that he kills and
no,
dies
he
in
doesn't.
this
He just has no
volcano
investment in him.
explosion.
Okay, just to be clear, your reading on the situation is that Rocky teleported in,
Yeah.
and the Mexican kid immediately thought, "Ha! He has a mullet. He has no worth as a person." That's your position?
No.
It sounds a lot like a position. It definitely sounds
No, I'm
adjacent
just
to your
saying.
position.
He just has no connection with this guy. He's a completely random stranger. He doesn't
But
care.
if I met a random stranger, I wouldn't send them into a volcano I thought was about to erupt.
But if they had a mullet, yeah.
Okay, I mean, look, it's bigger than the needle, but the needle's still not going straight down.
It's hovering.
Alright, so back in the basement of the command center, Goldar has somehow got a box of popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the new Vulcan skull.
It's at this point that the episode just like gives up on that making any sense. And this scene is maybe a minute long, and he's just Goldar walking backwards, throwing handfuls of popcorn down, and like giggling. He's like,
It definitely goes about 10 seconds too long.
Like 50 seconds too long.
I don't understand what is happening. He was a threat for like 5 minutes, and ever since the show has just dedicated itself to dragging him down.
The thing is, at this point, I feel like it takes a turn into that like Batman 66 level humour.
Yes.
Yeah.
To me, this is in the same realm as Alpha wiping the sweat from the top of and this I'm okay with.
Yes.
This is so far.
It's the
that
stuff
From
we-
like milkshake goop or something.
It's
Exactly.
the stuff who gets
Yeah.
his ass kicked every week. That's like, okay, well, you're just not very good at this. This is like, all right, I bet you're going to put a riddle for the Power Rangers.
God, his riddles would be really bad as well.
so weird. Okay, yeah, I'm down.
All right, so the Alien Rangers morph and leave the aquarium.
Yeah.
They turn up in time to save Sestro.
Yeah.
Witchblade basically just grows straight away. They summon the Battleborgs.
Except they don't.
Yeah, no, they can't. Bow.
This, I said last week that there was a scene that might have been my favourite. This here, there's about 10 seconds.
It's really good.
Probably my favourite 10 seconds of Power Rangers so
The
far.
best bit is the bit where they try again, and it
Yes.
also fails.
So for the listeners, what happens, they try and call the Battleborgs, and the Zord summoning music starts. They blast their Battleborg balls into the air, and then it just bounces off the force field. The music reverses, and they get a ba-bow because it didn't work.
So good.
And then they do that exact thing over again. You get the exact same
It's
reaction.
pretty beautiful.
The only problem with this is they then just call the Shogun Zords.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't end up actually being a problem for
No, it
them
actually
at all.
improves for them because the Shogun Zords are much better than their original Zords.
I will say, I appreciated this just to have a proper Shogun Zord like, hero showcase.
Sure.
Because for the Rangers, when they're using the Shogun Zords, it was always like at the end of a long sort of fight, very quick out of the way.
Yeah.
It was
but
never like
starting
that.
with the Shogun Zords you like? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think because they're actually able to use the full footage, they can have the Alien Rangers jump into the Zords and
Yep.
do that properly.
Yeah.
It looks so much better when you
It
do
does
that.
feel a bit like they like read the instruction manual, and
Yes.
the Power Rangers are like, yeah, I guess we know how to do it. We've had a bunch of these before. But the Alien Rangers were like, okay, quick, tell us everything about the Shoguns. Did you guys know you can make fire appear behind you and then jump backwards into it and get absorbed into its chest? And the Power Rangers are like, huh. Yeah, that sounds
we've never done that before.
No.
Yeah.
We normally just jump off buildings and stuff. So imagine what else there is that their Zords can do that they just haven't read the manual for.
Hadn't bothered to pay attention. Yeah.
Alright, so they basically jump straight to the Fire Sword and just destroy Witchblade. It's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, but it looks really cool.
It does look
It
really
does
cool.
look good, yeah.
So Rita and Zed are fighting on the moon.
Yeah. It seems real.
Rita rightfully points out that every time Lord Zed has said, like, no, I'll call one of my friends, they've been just the worst.
Yeah.
It's a really like just a very normal couple situation, you
It
know,
really
when someone
is.
really hates their partner's friends.
And Lord Zed points out that Goldar and Rita have been lost in these tunnels for maybe days.
Yeah.
Like, they had a map, and all they had to do was put something down and leave. And so Goldar now backs himself into a dead end, So he's trying to see his popcorn trail, but he can't because of all the smoke on the ground.
Yeah.
So he's like
solid gag.
blowing it away with his hands when he comes across Rito, mouth full of popcorn, who's just been eating the whole trail.
I will stand by that as a super solid gag.
Oh boy. So
I also love the idea that he's been eating so comprehensively that there's no little popcorn crumbs.
no, there's no possible
No,
way
he
to figure
ate
that part out.
all of the popcorn.
I don't know, like, I spent a lot of time around popcorn in my life because of my various jobs, and that stuff breaks into a million little pieces that you'll never fully pick up.
Yeah.
But it's hard to see through fog.
Yes.
Are they going to be there for the next 5 episodes?
I thought I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it'll go on before it gets sick of it.
I am amazed.
Well, they spent the whole episode on popcorn, so...
They must have talked about this overarching story.
Yes.
When you're breaking the story in whatever passed for their writer's room, how are they like, okay, yep, so we've got 3 episodes of these guys looking for a door. We can stretch that out, yeah? That's cool. And then they get to it, and they're like, we have to do this for 3 episodes! What were we thinking?
Is it possible... And they're like, okay, hey, you're writing the episode before mine. Could Goldar go in with a box of popcorn for some reason? And he's like, yeah, I'll make sure that happens. And just totally forgets about it.
Yep.
And then they get to it and they're like, did you give Goldar the Oh, shit. No, just make it appear. No one will notice.
No one will notice.
Oh, boy.
It's a mad world.
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen next week with that storyline. Also, is there nowhere in the basement that they could just leave? Like, does it have to be specifically under the middle of the command center?
I guess it depends how big the command center, like, tunnel system is.
Yeah, that's the thing. They could be like 100 kilometers away at this point.
Like-
They're actually in, like, China, because it's...
If you think about, if there's Zord hangars below the command center,
Yeah, they'd have to be
how
pretty
big those would
big,
have
yeah.
to be. If it's just that underground for what has to be hundreds of kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
They
if
could
you,
get
if,
very lost.
They might be there until, like, Turbo.
God, that'd be so cool.
Wouldn't it be great if, like, in the most recent episode of Dino Charge...
Just still wandering
cut
around.
back to Goldar throwing popcorn on the ground, going...
Oh, I'm going to be so disappointed when that
Not
doesn't
realising
happen.
that, like, all of those Power Rangers have been gone for 20 years.
he goes to attack them and he's like, I've got you now, Rocky! And it's like, what?
Rocky's like,
Who?
wait, are you... Is that Goldar? I thought we killed, like, all of you.
I see him as like a balding 40-something mechanic.
Yeah.
He's just like covered in grease. Like, what are you
Those are
doing?
like
Rocky
2
or
kids.
Goldar?
No, Rocky.
Rocky, but it could go either way.
Oh boy. Okay. So, speaking of Rocky, he's climbed to the top of the volcano.
Yep.
By which you mean he walked up a hill.
Yeah, it didn't look very high,
No.
just saying.
He ties a rope to the tree stump and climbs into the volcano.
That's charitable.
He climbs down the hill.
He like
Absolutely.
basically stands on the edge of the volcano.
And then, oh look, there's the crystal.
Yep.
So he goes to grab it, and the volcano starts to shake violently, but he gets it, and it like sparks with electricity. And
It's actually sparks with a particular color, and then the sparks form of a particular shape. If you're paying attention.
Was it red?
No,
Pink?
no. Are we just gonna keep guessing colors?
No, I'm just guessing the colours of the Power Rangers. So I've got a few more to go. Blue?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Blue. What was the shape?
It was a triangle.
Ah, blue triangle, yes. It's very common in a lot of cultures. Very recurring symbol of bad television.
Hashtag drunk podcasting. Okay, so Rocky gets it. He climbs out. The volcano stops shaking. There is a whole group of stereotypes just waiting to meet him.
It's seriously an El Paso ad.
It absolutely is. I feel like if this was an El Paso ad, everyone would be a bit like, "Ooh, that's a bit much El Paso."
Including Pablo, who is there.
Yeah.
So, as Pablo says, the crystal was making the volcano unstable, so you saved the village, which I don't think is supported by the text.
Definitely not. Especially, if you follow that through, if the Rangers had never lost their powers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they would have thrown one of the Zero Crystal through time at a village and then destroyed it because they accidentally threw it into a volcano.
But also, they knew about the crystal. They knew it was making the volcano
Why didn't they
unstable.
go? Yeah, exactly.
It's not like they literally a child just did it.
Yeah.
There must have been like some
Not
sort
a
of
very
strapping young
smart
Mexican
child,
man hoping
like-
to like impress a Mexican girl, and he would have been like, "I'll go get the crystal from the volcano."
Is that how you impress girls?
I mean, I certainly think it would work. If you went up to a girl and were like, "Hey, here's a rock I got from a fire hill,"
I'm so with you up until the execution.
Fire. Oh, yeah.
yeah, look, I'm not.
If you know
good
what
at-
a volcano is, I'm probably not going to sleep with you. Just saying.
Okay, well, everybody keep that in mind, I guess. All right, so Rocky says, "Hey, I never asked your name." The kid's like, Pablo de Santos. And Rocky's like, "No way, my grandfather's name was Pablo too." I want him to not have worked it out. I want him to just be like, "Hey, that was my grandfather's first name, and that's my surname. What a weird coincidence."
What
All right,
pretty
bye.
happenstance.
And then just like walks away. Yeah.
I think this is my favorite bit. So Pablo like turns around to go back to his family. Rocky teleports away, and then Pablo turns around and is like, "What?" And like, I guess his dad or like someone is there, like, "Holy shit, that dude just teleported."
Several people look at him and see that elaborate teleportation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the command center,
Yep.
Zordon has fixed the battle box problem, and then Rocky shows up. So you know,
I was about to say hooray, but
that's.
you never respond that way. That Rocky showing up.
So it's like, yeah, I got the first. Wasn't there a thing where as soon as they touched it, it would transform them back into adults?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no.
That lasted one episode.
And Rocky just, because we have to have a downer ending, Rocky's like, well, I hope the others are okay.
They might be dead.
Then he goes
he continued.
looks off into space.
All right. On our 3-point scale,
Uh-huh.
how was that?
I kind of loved it.
I know.
Is that bad? It's
In
so
terms
bad.
of like racism, it's definitely like the alien from War of the Worlds.
I just...
Can I say, as a construct, I think one sort of odyssey, as they're calling it, per episode, is actually a really good idea and works quite well.
Sure.
Agreed.
And for them, it's a very, very good idea.
Yes.
Again, it's always a low bar, but I'm impressed
Yep.
by this.
The Rito and Goldar stuff works.
It does.
The-
God help it.
The Aquitar Rangers stuff, like, honestly, we could just leave that.
It's
But...
I did really like the sword fight, although there was really only one flip in front of the sunset.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Yeah, I just, like, it doesn't really add anything.
Sure.
If we just said,
If you
like,
lost it wouldn't
if
make a
we at the
difference.
end of last week sent the kids through the portal,
Yep.
and then each episode was just the kids in the portal,
cut
Yeah.
to
that
Goldar
would
and
be,
Rita.
like,
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
But we've got it. I guess they
It's
paid
cool
the
footage.
guys, so, like, why not? And I guess they probably just want, like, giant robot fights, right?
I mean, look, we would really have a choice between seeing 3 minutes of awesome Sentai footage or 3 extra minutes of horrible racist Mexico.
Sure.
I'll take the robots.
Yeah, fair enough. So, is this a Superman?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Approved. All of the content of this episode is approved by Ranger Danger.
So I would like to say we are 6 episodes into Alien Rangers.
Yep.
And so far we're an even split with 2 War of the Worlds, 2 neutral people, 2 Supermans. So Alien Rangers is a bit of a mixed bag.
That's definitely a fair description.
But it will be interesting to see if they hold up like this thing over... I mean, there's 4 more quests and 4 more episodes. So will it take all 4 like...
I would assume so.
It'll be interesting, and then maybe in the last episode we remove the Alien Rangers stuff
And put some
and
sort
put
of coming
like
together.
everybody comes together,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's the first episode of Zeo. Like, I just don't know at this point. But
Can you imagine if in the rest of the episodes we just don't see the other quests? we just saw Rockies, and then the other 4 kids just turn up.
It's
in
like
the
a
last episode.
regular episode of Power Rangers, and at the end of each one, a kid teleports in. It's like, I got it.
I had this amazing time,
Yeah.
like in like ancient Korea.
I met this Korean dude. He was a bit of a stereotype, but I guess we'll let that pass. He might have been related to me. I don't know. There's a lot of people with my surname. It's like, it's hard to tell straight away. Yeah, I got the crystal, so let's do this shit.
Yep.
I would not be surprised.
I'd be a little surprised. That seems pretty low even for them. Let's talk about Witchblade.
Yes.
I liked Witchblade.
I liked Witchblade a lot.
But doesn't achieve much. Like, he's basically destroyed straight away.
Yes,
Yeah, but it looks cool.
that sword fight in front of the sunset,
Yeah, but it's just like 30 seconds of footage.
so much better than any fight we've had with the monster in so long.
Okay, so
And that's a cool design.
it is a cool
It's a
design.
very cool design.
So better or worse than Pachinko Head?
Pachinko Head was awesome. No?
Yeah. I just really like Witchblade. I think because we've had so many bad monsters for so long, it's a low bar. But yeah, probably if I try and
Near
come at it
Pachinko Head?
near Pachinko Head, yeah,
Alright, better or worse than Brick Bully?
I don't know about that.
probably worse.
Better or worse than Slotsky?
Okay, above Slutsky.
Above Slotsky,
Yeah.
but below Brick Bully. So between Brick Bully and Slotsky, we've got Vampirus and Discordia.
I think above both of those guys.
Okay, so right below Brick Bully
Yep,
puts Witchblade in at number 59.
not a bad showing, Witchblade. Yeah, there's some good monsters on the list. It took us a long time, but the fact that a monster that I enjoyed gets to 59 means that there are some decent monsters out there.
Yeah, agreed. And also some really messed up ones.
That's
Seriously, this list, guys. Do you remember the Wheel of Misfortune?
You keep bringing that up like it's a bad thing.
Do you remember...
I want to go back and push that right up the list.
Do you remember Robo-Goat?
Yeah, okay.
Remember the Gloom of Doom? Rhino Blaster?
Yeah.
The Lizanator was
Yeah,
the
Bryan Cranston.
one with Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice. Merrick and Eric, the Barbaric Brothers. Dramole.
I think the
Terror
creepy
Blossom.
gnome is the worst for me.
Oh, Mr. Tickle Sneezer.
Best name.
Ah. Yeah, no, don't do an impersonation of him. It's still creepy.
Alright, and on that note, I think we are done for this episode.
Yeah.
So we will be back next week with, surprisingly close to the end, Along Came a Spider. And so we've got 4 episodes to go before we're done with Mighty Morphin Anything.
And I'm very excited that before that happens, next week we get a crossover with Japanese Spider-Man.
That's not what it's... I wish that was what it was.
It's not?
No.
Oh, no.
I thought it sounded like a Oscar movie. Along Came a Spider. It sounds very like a drama starring Kate Blanchett or something.
I believe it is a
Or
film
Tilda
with
Swinton.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, that was my third guess. No?
Just like Sandshrew, Charlie Ludd's double kick at level 9.
Yeah. Nidoran, not Sandshrew.
Sorry, not Sandshrew. You're right.
Okay, well, you were both wrong about it, so
Yeah.
I hope that evens the scales a little. We will be back next week. As always, thank you for listening to #DrunkPodcasting, and we will see you then.
Bye, guys.